Wife cheated, should I do it now? So, my wife cheated, lied about it for years. She still lies about it, but it was definitely cheating. I now have this urge to do it. I am kinda pissed I passed all the chances I had previously in my life. I had girls asking me out 2 feet away from her in bars. We were at some friend's house, and one of the girls ran outside before my wife made it to the car, and she told me to drop her off and come back, it would be worth it, I promise. I also had a gorgeous girl that kept coming at me. She was a high 9, close to a 10. She was not shy one bit when she was flirting with me and telling me all the stuff she wants to do to me. That was very hard to pass up, but I couldn't do that to my wife, even when she was my girlfriend. I don't cheat. I have always been loyal. I would not want to hurt someone like that, nor have that guilt on my shoulders every day. Now, knowing what I know, I'm pissed I passed on the super hot blonde that wanted to fuck me all night. She is a nymph and I bet it would have been the best sex of my life. She is so attractive and outright about what she wants. Should I just cheat the next time I have a chance? There would not be much guilt, and if my wife somehow found out about it, I will just deny like she did. My biggest worry is karma. Karma doesn't like me, and when I do something bad, she pays back tenfold. I'm scared that if I did it, my life would go downhill because karma is a bitch to me. Any input is welcome. Get divorced, then go have fun. Why would a girl need attention, validation and flirt with another guy from work when she loves her boyfriend? Why would a girl constantly flirt and seek attention from another man at her job behind her boyfriend's back? Flirting is sometimes even physical. And not just flirt at work, but also make situations where she and the guy are alone outside of work before meeting other coworkers for dinner. The boyfriend still takes her on romantic dinners, vacations, has a steady income and does well and loves her. Because she likes it. End of. There's no mystery or complexity here, she does it because she likes it and gets away with it. Either she quits, he quits, or you quit. My dad cheated on my mom 8 years ago, should I tell her? My sister went to visit my dad's best friend. He's currently going through another divorce and is emotionally vulnerable. He cheated on his wife and left her for a 24-year-old, he's 54. Obviously, it didn't work out, so he's been in bad shape, TBH, it's his own fault, consequences of his actions. Anyways, the topic of cheating came up a lot, and he said something along the lines of, he doesn't know a married man that has stayed faithful. My sister then said, well, my dad is the exception, sadly, this isn't the case. He confessed to my sister that in 2014, when my whole family was visiting home and my mom was watching the kids, he went out with my dad and he cheated on my mother. When my sister came back, she told me and made me swear to keep it to myself. She's worried my mom won't continue paying for her education if this comes out. For context, my mother and sister have a very bad relationship. My sister dropped out but has recently decided to go back to school. My dad convinced my mom to pay for her tuition again and was her biggest advocate. She told me I could tell my mom in 2 years when she finishes college. I feel so bad. I adore my mother. She works 24/7 and provides everything for the entire family, 5 kids, 2 dogs, and my dad. My dad has never worked since I've known him and has had constant help with childcare, they hired babysitters. She gave her life to this man, and this is how he repaid her. She's hardworking and truly is a remarkable woman who doesn't deserve this. They met when my mom was in her 20s and my dad was in his 30s, 10-year age gap, and have been married for 30 years. Part of me feels like this isn't my place and to drop it because it happened years ago, but I have the feeling this wasn't the only time. Another part is dying to tell her because she deserves to know and process it however she decides to. If I were her, I would want someone to tell me. They're even planning on buying a house soon, making this feel much worse. I thought maybe I should tell my dad and give him the chance to come clean, but I think he'd threaten me, he's quite abusive. I don't want my sister to get mad at me and potentially ruin our relationship. I doubt my mom would even stop paying for her tuition. She would have a lot more to deal with if this comes out. I think it's selfish of my sister to only think about herself, and I don't know if I can keep this to myself for 2 years. This is eating me up inside, and it feels like whatever I decide to do is the wrong choice. What should I do? She deserves to have someone care for her and get her back for once. Tell her. She has a right to know. Your sister and dad are proven to be selfish people. Don't be like them. My ex who had a very deep rabbit hole. Basic info. At the time male 20 and female unknown, possibly around 17 as she lied about her age, and the relationship lasted for around 4 months, but things continued for a couple months more. A couple years back I started going out with this girl from a group chat and it wasn't anything serious, but she liked me and I was happy to talk with her. Anyways, red flag started coming when she threw a hissy fit when I added her to my Instagram bio and tagged her in something, so obviously me seeing other couples doing the same was extremely confused, but I kept it at the back of my mind because I didn't have any proof she was doing anything. Fast forward to around Christmas, we started dating in September. My friend texts me asking for advice on asking my GF out, so I play along and see what was going on, and lo and behold, my GF was texting my friend saying she loved him and shit, and obviously he felt like a complete jerk when I told him, and there was my plunge into a rabbit hole. I started blowing up her phone demanding answers, but she wasn't responding, so I had the at the time genius idea to text every single account she follows that appeared to be male. So I text God only knows how many accounts out of the about 1k she followed, and one by one guys start showing me her being flirty with them, and even a couple side guys she was also dating, and then I was suddenly added to some GC with about 10 other guys who also at one point got involved with her, but all they did was call her a slut and I should leave her. When I finally got a hold of her, we called and I got the whole everything was my fault, even though we weren't even dating when she started with most of the guys. I went really depressed and like an idiot I kept talking to her and she manipulated me into possibly getting back together, but I broke free after I opened up to one of the guys from the GC we met in and he let me pour my heart out to him, and basically he pulled me out of her web and I'm forever grateful for him. How I broke free is I slowly started cutting contact with her, and over a couple months I finally basically cut her completely, and we basically never spoke anymore, and she just stalked my Instagram till the day my dog died. She messed me, and you would think she would try to manipulate me and talk about how sorry she is for my loss, but nope, she proceeded to tell me the picture of my dog's collar wasn't good enough and I should take another one. That was my tipping point, and I told her where to go, and after talking to my friend, he finally got me to block her. She then proceeded to use multiple accounts to keep stalking me, so I had to keep checking who viewed my story and block every suspicious accounts till she finally gave up. Around that time I also checked her other accounts for guys so I could warn them in some foolish attempt to save other guys, where I found out she duped a guy into flying over and found an old BF she forgot to break up with who has been searching for her for a year or so. And now fast forward to today, I found an amazing woman, but I still have emotional scars from my ex that come up every now and again. Also, this might sound fake, but it's 100% real. The last thing I heard about my ex is the whole dating and flirting with multiple guys didn't work out very well, and she got pictures leaked on 4chan, posts with her accounts urging people to decimeters her, and has a couple long threads revolving around her. TLDR. XGF cheated with multiple guys, then manipulated me for months till a friend pulled me away. 2 months post breakup. Hey y'all. I thought I would come back on here and let everyone how my progress is going in case it helps anyone get the courage to break up and stay away. About 6 weeks ago now I had a message from someone that showed my ex in a date. This sent me spiraling and I downloaded Bumble. A week after I got a call from a coworker that had a student crying to tell me she didn't know about me. Trust me, I don't blame her, but I was filled with so much anger that my hands were shaking. I found out in total it was 3 girls 1 month before he ended things. The frustrating part is that he never stopped lying to me. When we last saw each other he said someone else would appreciate my honesty. I've been to a psychiatrist and therapist for the past 4 weeks. It has been a tremendous help. I got diagnosed with BPD. It hit me like a wall to find out, but I'm starting mood stabilizer. This 100% helped me understand my ex was my favorite person and I have taken the space to be alone. I think the saddest part is through all the coping I went through 3 weeks of being on drugs, alcohol and cannabis. I've been clean for a week and a half now, and it hurt like a bitch to be sober during Thanksgiving. Well, my family sat down and gave me an intervention. The substance use got really terrible as to what I now accept as SA. It was hard for me to accept the testing myself to sleep with someone as my second person ended up this way. I'm taking steps to cope with this and I'm going to get tested soon. After the SA happened, my ex was on his motorcycle and we waved to each other and said hi. It was really weird to see him happy towards me after everything. I truly thought he hated me. In a sick way, it made me grateful that he respected my sexual boundaries. I'll be making sure to take care of myself in the upcoming weeks. For all the people who can relate to this post, I'm sending you a warm virtual hug. Oh, this video has come to an end. If you want more such cool stories, then go to one of the many following videos.